We're back as South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster became the governor of South Carolina back in January of 2017. After then, Governor Nikki Haley joined President Donald Trump's first administration, and tonight he gave his final State of the State address. State House reporter Stephen Biddix was there and has Governor McMaster's message to those living in South Carolina.
In Governor Henry McMaster's ninth and final State of the State speech, he reflected on his time as South Carolina's longest tenured governor. He also urged lawmakers to consider some of his proposals and budget requests, like raising public school teachers' minimum salaries and setting aside more than $1 billion for road infrastructure improvements.
The Honorable Henry Dargan McMaster, the governor of the great state of South Carolina. Governor.
Pomp and circumstance filled the evening as Governor Henry McMaster delivered his final State of the State. McMaster became governor in January of 2017, looking back and highlighting his accomplishments.
Since 2017, we've announced over $53.7 billion in new capital investment and almost 100,000 new jobs. Why? Because state government is in superior fiscal shape. Our laws and policies are business friendly.
McMaster spent a considerable amount of his nearly 1-hour speech discussing education, urging lawmakers to raise teacher salaries, continue freezing college tuition for in-state students, and pushing for universal full-day 4K.
Not only should we increase funding, but I urge the General Assembly, I urge you to soon offer universal full-day 4K for all children, regardless of household income in our state.
As South Carolina's growth boom continues, McMaster wants $1.1 billion set aside for road projects, calling for deeper studies to be done to make sure the state can sustain this growth.
And reality requires that we seriously assess whether our state's infrastructure and government services will be able to catch up with this unrestrained, out-of-state population growth.
Wrapping up his ninth and final State of the State, thanking his wife, Peggy, and expressing gratitude for the state that has given him everything he has.
The best is yet to come. I love this state, and I know you do too.
Reporting at the State House, I'm Stephen Biddix.
State Representative Jermaine Johnson delivered the Democratic response following the governor's address. He's running for governor as a Democrat and argues much of what McMaster said tonight is not true and can be seen inside households across the state.
The state of our state is not what Governor McMaster described. The real state of our state is what you can find at kitchen tables across South Carolina. Kitchen tables where families are deciding whether they can afford rent or groceries as prices skyrocket out of control. Where families are forced to decide on spending money on school supplies or life-saving medications. For 22 years, Republicans have controlled the governor's mansion, the state Senate, and the State House. Over 2 decades of single-party rule. And the results speak for themselves.